Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a guest design team project for Nathalie over at Line.Arrow. And I'm going to be working with her Magical Tea Party kit and making an envelope thing. So I have done this project before, but I thought it was the perfect one for this kit. Just due to circumstances beyond my control and just events in general, I was not able to be as prepared as I needed to be to do this project. So my printer died, tried to get a new one, that one didn't work, so I'm waiting for my other one, and there's just been, I was in a car accident, so there's just been tons of things. So this is not this is a small project, I guess is what I'm saying. So, but we're going to make this little booklet kind of thing out of this, these envelopes. So, I've got my my archival ink in Vintage Photo to ink all my edges, and then I've also got some distress inks here that we're going to do some grunging up. This is going to be kind of a grungy fairy project because I love grunge. I love the mixed media feel to things, and I actually originally watched a tutorial over on Louisa Heinzel's channel, and again I did this once before, and I absolutely loved how it turned out. So I will show you what I've already done in preparation. So we have two different sets of envelopes. So this is two envelopes, and all I did is I cut my paper to fit the flap, so as you can see, but if I take these little bits out, you'll see that we're lining up exactly. So it's a matchy thing. It shows more on this one over here. Let me just set that aside with our little girl. Isn't that just so sweet? But there's actually a flap here. So I thought that was really fun. And I want to be able to utilize as much with the kit as I can. So I'm going to use this pocket on this one, and I'm going to use this pocket on this one. So that is the plan. So I'm just going to set those aside on opposite sides of each other so I don't get confused. I've got some water to spritz my Distress Oxide inks because the effect that we're going to get is going to require that. So we're going to make the pages really grungy. We're going to squirt them with water. We're going to distress them first, or use the ink first, and then we're going to squirt them with water. It's going to be a lot of drying time and things like that, so I'll probably speed through that part. Not the doing it part, but the drying part. So off camera, I also did make two large tags because the tags are going to sit in the middle of the envelopes, so it's going to make like a pouch in there. And so what I did is I just took pages from the kit and I collaged them all together using this girl kind of as a focal image. I put a little charm on there. I just wanted to save time on the video by creating a little bit of a journaling card. I love it because it's super big, and I love big writing spots in journals. So, and then I did emboss it with an embossing folder, and then I went over it with my archival ink in Vintage Photo. So that is that. And this is the other one. They're not too elaborate. I might put a word or something on it, but I don't have any words from the kit because I can't print anymore. So I'm working with limited supplies in terms of the kit this time. So my apologies for that. So these are our papers from the book. For the book, these are images from they are copies of coffee dyed mixed media paper that I made, and then I backed them with some digital coffee dyed paper from a person I bought on Etsy. So we're going to be making a book out of this, and this is going to make sense as we move along, so I hope that you will bear with me. I've got a couple of brads for my closures. I've got some wax thread, some thin wax thread to bind in our signature, my needle, and let's get going. These are the little dots that are going to be for little circles that are going to be for the closure. So I'm going to take a moment and just ink this up really quick, and I will be right back with you. Okay, just coming to the end of the inking here. I apologize, I did forget to show you the cover page. So this is the kit, and I just think, I mean, the images are so beautiful. I thought that this one girl was on the front, but she's not. But I just love this girl. She just is somebody that I would like to play with. If I could meet her, I would play with her. She is so fun and so full of joy, and I just love that. I love that about fairies. If you guys have followed me on my channel, fairies are very precious to me. They have a very special place in my heart. So I'm loving working with this kit. But here's another girl. We're going to be using her as well in as one of the pockets, and as well as this one. So beautiful, beautiful kit. 25 pages. Got the cups, the words. So that's my struggle, is I focused on the bigger ephemera and the kit pages, and so I'm going to have to come back and put on the words. So you'll be able to see a little bit of extra embellishing at the end, because I'm going to hold off uploading this video until I absolutely can't hold it any longer. Hopefully I'll be able to get the extras printed and finish off. So just an unfortunate series of events in my life. So I did forget that when we put the signature in, I probably will need to put something on the outside of the signature, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. I do also want to ink these. My apologies. You know, when things are kind of upside down in your life, it can be really hard to, oh, I don't need to ink all of them, to get refocused. So it's been tricky. There's so much going on. So what we're going to do, so this itself is not a pocket. Usually when I do envelope stuff, I would make sure that this is a pocket that opened up at the bottom. You could obviously do that. You could open it up at the side and have, you know what, I might open them up at the side and be able to stick another journal card in there. I think we might do that. Yeah, I think we might do that. So let me, if I'm going to do it, I got to decide now though. So if I do this, so this is the way it's going to work. Let me separate this other one. I'm so sorry I'm all over the map this morning. So let me just separate these bits out so I can explain what I mean, and maybe then it will make sense. So they're going to be sandwiched together like this. Yeah, that won't work, because unless I make it a pocket using the actual paper. So I think we're going to have to skip that this time, because I would need a heavier cardstock in order to make this piece right here a pocket. This is just 20-pound paper, so that's not going to really work. But you could totally open up both of these ends. Well, not open them up. Use the paper like this and create your pocket here. But again, I don't have the right paper weight here to do that. So they're going to go together here. Our journaling cards are going to stick in here, and hopefully they're going to fit. They're awfully big. We'll see when we get there, won't we? I was ambitious. So, and then they're going to be glued on all three sides, and then the signature is going to go like this. So it's going to go under the flap like that. So obviously, I think when I did this before, I had smaller envelopes. So our signature is not going to go all the way, because that's impossible to do. Because when you fold a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper in half, you're going to get half of that, right? So it's not going to go very far, but that's the idea of it. So let's get going here. So we're going to go ahead and cover each of these envelopes really quick. Not too concerned about inking these edges. I can do that when I get everything glued on. So this is going to go on here. I didn't even get my glues out or anything. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac just for the ease of being able to move it around if I need to adjust. So, and got my art glitter glue in case I want that. So let's go ahead and get gluing. So that is that. She is so sweet. Doesn't she look sad though? I don't know. Maybe she's smart. Maybe she's thinking. So I may have to, no, but it looks like it's okay on the other side. So we don't need to cover this because it's going to be in the middle of the little pocket there. So we want to make sure that we get this part on here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Goodness gracious. So then we've got a peekaboo girl down there. So much fun. I'm going to open this like this. Get this glued on. I'm going to pull it down really fast because I want to make sure that those flowers line up really nice. There we go. Hope you could see what I was doing there. So I'm just going to open it back up and give that a good smushing down there. Okay. And before I do the back piece, which is this one, I'm going to go ahead and put my closure on so that we don't have any issues with that. So I basically just cut 3 circles, and I'm going to I'm going to put them on here with a brad, but I'm going to glue them all together. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue and do that really fast, if it's going to cooperate with me. I hope you guys are doing okay. It's summer here in the United States, and this morning I did go out to, my grandson is in a soccer tournament this weekend, so I did get to go and watch that a little while ago, and then there's another one tonight, so I want to make sure that I catch that. So there we go. Those are together. I'm thinking that I want 3. That might be a little bit overkill, but it is holding everything together. And I think we'll just use the string that we're binding the signature in as our wrap there. So there we go. So I had a piece of foam cut, and for the life of me I can't figure out what I did with it. It was just a little rectangle, but now it's MIA, so I'm going to have to get the big one out here. Hold on. Not to worry, not to worry. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and just lay this down here, and I'm just going to I Spy and do the very best that I can to get that in the middle. I wanted this yellow on top because it's going to pull out some of those, the yellow in the paper, so that's fun. So we're going to go ahead and poke a hole using my little pokey tool here. Completely off camera, guys. So that looks to be pretty good. You could also use an awl. This is just very convenient because it's always in my cart. So that's what I tend to grab for. I'm going to go down a little bit further. And I'm just not in the mood for an eyelet, guys, which is why I'm doing this. I'm just not in the mood. Not in the mood. So there we go. We've got that hole, and then we're going to grab our brad. Right here, if I can get a hold of it. The nails are pretty, but sometimes they're a problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up those legs. There we go. So I hope you will go over and check out Nathalie's shop. That's Line.Arrow. She's had a fantastic crew of guest design folks, so that's really fun. So there, our closure is ready on the top, or on this side of the envelope. So now we're going to go ahead and put this on. So on my other one, I think this has ended up being upside down, the image, but you know what? I say in my studio, perfection is not at play, so if something goes awry, I just roll with it. Train that a little bit to lay. We got a little bit of an overhang here, so I'm just going to trim that off. And so when I cut the papers, I just basically put my whole paper on here. I decide what part of the image I want to be part of the envelope. I just make a vertical mark and a horizontal mark, and then when I'm doing the flaps, I just lay it on a piece of paper and I just trace around. I don't like to measure. I measure infrequently, so that is the first one. So let's do the second one. I'm going to go ahead and speed through that just for the sake of time. You do want to make sure that you get this one pretty good, because you want her to line up on the outside. Oh, so see that we've got some brown envelope. I do not want that. So I'm going to try to shift that down so I don't see that brown line at all, because otherwise it's not going to look seamless. So that's better. I should actually have not inked that edge at all. That would have been epic, but now it's inked. We're just going to re-ink it. So she's good enough though. Look at that. Isn't that just the most precious thing ever? I love her. I wish she was my best friend. But Winnie the Pooh's actually my best friend. So, you know, I don't know. Can you have two? I'm not sure. Well, actually, my husband is my best friend. But in terms of characters, he's not really a character. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh is my guy. He's my boyfriend. Somebody asked me if I'd done a Winnie the Pooh Winnie the Pooh journal yet. I have not, because I have not found a kit that I absolutely adore yet. I will be continuing to look. So this is going to go like that. And so this is the one that's upside down. It was supposed to go the other way, I believe, but you know, it is okay. It's just the way that I laid it out and did my pattern. So not a big deal though. So I'm going to just kind of line that up a little bit, and I'm going to turn it over just so I can see. Oh, perfect. Could not have planned. Oh. Closure. Thank you for telling me that I forgot that. Okay, I could feel it through the tubes on YouTube. So now we've got a problem because we've got all that wet glue. So I'm going to grab a piece of parchment paper out of my drawer, and I'm just going to lay this down on it so that we can work with this. I'm going to get my circles ready really quick. This time I only need to ink the top one, so that was kind of silly. Yeah, scrunch myself up and stuff. So I'm just going to leave that paper in there just to protect my my foam, you know, because it's so pretty and everything. I don't want it to get ugly. And we're going to put that closure. I'm going to look at the other one and see how close to that edge I got it. Pretty darn close. So we're going to aim for that again, like that. Okay. And pokey tool, just aiming for the center. Perfection is not at play in the studio. So there we go. And we can get that out of the way now. Perfect. You know, we can always, oops, I need that still. So I gotta still get this on with my Brad. So I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your summer wherever, well, if you're having summer. Obviously, that's not everywhere. I am very much enjoying the meandering nature of my summer break from school, which is my job. I am a special education para-educator, so I get the summer off, which is epic. So, spend a lot of time this week. I like to organize. That's my superpower, and so I did a lot of. I've only been off for, let's see, Tuesday was the first day, so 4 school days is all I've been off. No, 3 actually, because we did work part of the day on Tuesday. So I love to organize. I love to clean things out. I love to purge my house, and I'm already like halfway done with everything that was on my list to do, because it just energizes me. I love to clean and organize. So let's try to get that paper on there again. Goodness gracious. It's going to be harder now because we've got a lot of glue here. So I'm just going to do my best to get that on there and just move it around. So let's see if we can move her up. Come on. See, when you've got glue on both sides, it's a little bit tricky to get that paper to move in the same way that you would normally be able to. But we're just going to roll with it because you know what I say. So there we go. There's our girl. There's our girl. Let me grab my bone folder and see if I can smooth that out, burnish that a little bit better so it's not popping up. Yeah. We got ooze and glue. Ooze and glue. Okay. So we're going to continue with the decorating of the, well, you know what, I think I'm going to put the pockets and stuff on last because I don't want to be fiddling with that when we start working with the paper. So again, these are going to go like this, and they're going to be a signature here. They're going to be glued on three sides. So I'm thinking I want to get that out of my way right now though, and get some washi tape or lace or something. So let me grab that really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got two choices of lace here. So one is a lot wider, which I think is better. I just have to be mindful of this flap. So, and then the other one is this thinner lace. So let's see how this one would work. I'm just going to cut a length off here just to kind of play around, because it needs to be able to wrap around, which that would probably actually work. I don't want to get too much bulk here, so as long as it can go around that signature is what we're thinking. So let me put that in. Well, I don't have to go around. Well, I guess true to what it's going to look like, I need to do that. And so the idea is your I can use washi tape or masking tape on the inside. It's been a while since I've done this, you guys. I'm so sorry. So let's see. I'll get these out of the way. So I just want to see if this is going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine. It's not going to be too high profile. So I do want to take a moment before we move ahead and grab some tape. Hopefully I've got some right here. I think it's actually out in the other room because I was using it for something else. So I will be right back. I was clearly not as prepared as I normally am, so I hope that you'll forgive me for that. So we're going to do a double layer of tape, masking tape, and I'm going to put these like that, and then I want to leave a gap of about that much, so about 1/16 of an inch. And I'm just going to kind of estimate that. I can cut it off the bottom. I want the top edge to be straight though, so let me fix that. There we go. And I'm just going to put my arm down, and hopefully that stayed, and just lay that right there. Okay. I think I might do that on the other side too. I think I only need one. I'm going to do double on this side because I do not want masking tape on the outside. So remembering how I'm doing this as I go. So thanks for bearing with me. 31 minutes in. I'm going to be able to cut some of that time down, but goodness gracious. It's not as prepared as my nature is normally. So there we go. Okay, so that's a little bit sticky though. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. Is that going to be a problem? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, so now what we need to do, we're going to set this aside and we're going to work on our paper, which is going to be epically fun, and I'm hoping that I will remember all of my learnings about this. Just moving a bunch of stuff out of my way because we do need some room to spread our wings. Bring this over. I think I want to grab, I think we're okay with just my glass mat here. So we've got worn lipstick because I want to draw out some of the pink. We've got fossilized amber because I really want that yellow. I've got vintage photo in the distress oxide because when you use it, it changes color a little bit. And then the peeled paint. So I am going to, I have no apron on, so hopefully I won't get all smothered here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to take my vintage photo. Nope, I need to start with a different color. Distress oxide in fossilized amber, and I'm going to take it direct to the paper here. going to go in with multiple colors here at a time. So I'm going to also try to touch this with the peeled paint. I'm focusing mostly on the cover during this part because it's really hard to get all the pages affected. We will do a little bit of that, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to speed through this. I will show you what I'm using as I apply it. I think we're going to only focus on really distressing this front and back cover. And then I think I'll just ink the other pages here. Okay. And we need to do this side. Look at the colors we're already getting from those oxides. Isn't that really cool? I'm not a big fan of oxides generally speaking because they're really chalky and I don't like that. I don't like that look. But in certain things, they're really awesome. So just gonna try to roll these edges a little bit. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm gonna open it up because then I can really, oh, I love that already. Look at that grunginess. Actually, I think I want to just kind of go like this. Okay, just get some of those colors in here too. I might not even use the pink. We'll see. I don't know if you can see what's happening here. It's pretty epic. Some lines. I'm going to try to, oh, can't get rid of the lines necessarily. That's okay. Okay, so let me take a moment and dry this, and then we'll come back and do the next bit. I'll just show you a close-up of this so you can get an idea of what we're getting here. Look at that. And on top of my coffee dyed paper is amazing. So very, very wet. So you can see we've got a lot of wetness here. So I do want to go through some of these other pages. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that one off. And we're going to just set these aside. And I think I want to do the same on these pages. I'm not going to necessarily tear all the edges, but I want to kind of get that same feel. So I'm going to move that over there. And I'm going to just... We're just gonna play. I'm just gonna speed this up for you guys. So I've got about 5 more pages. I'm going to go ahead and do these off camera, and I'll be back with you for the next step. I'll show them to you, and then we'll see if we need to add some vintage photo to the mix, and I'll be back. Okay, I actually took these outside to let them dry, so let me just show you what they look like all dried up. So we're going to put them back in the order that we wanted them in. I think this was a front page. So we've got some. They're still just cool to the touch, but they should be okay to move on. So that we've got that one. I'm going to try to put them in some order here as we go along. And this one, look at that. You can see the oxides. It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. There, just watching for that back page because I want that one to be, that one was pretty, you know, we had tore the edges and all of that stuff, so pretty. Look at that one. Ah, delightful. I will definitely be doing that again. Hopefully I can find my back page. I think this is the back page. We've got some, I'm not sure. Yeah, that one must be the back page. I guess we didn't do as much for the back page as I thought we did, so that is okay. So let's just go ahead and look at these together. And I'm going to go ahead and give them a crease. I did fold them, unfold them, and all of that. So I'm just going to try to line them up here again. And then we're going to look at that. Isn't that so cool? Oh, that's the back. What? What the what? We want that really grungy one up front, so I did that backwards. We want this one in the front. So let's do that. What is going on here? I thought we had done more, but I guess not. I guess that's what we've got. So I think we were working on this side though, if I remember right. So let's just follow that. Yeah, because those edges are folded over. I do want to come through with some some archival ink and vintage photo. So I'm going to take a quick moment and do that inking, and I will be right back. Actually, I am not going to ink them up. I think they're going to be fine. I did ink this top one, but I don't really feel like it needs it. So let's just fold these again. Oops, I got it backwards again. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Turn that over. Okay, so let's get our envelopes over here, and it's going to go like that. Got our closures on, we're good there. So this is going to go on here. So I'm going to grab a couple of large paper clips. After I get a drink of water, it's warm outside. I was just out there visiting with my husband while these were drying out on the table, on the deck. I'm a huge water drinker. Why I pee so much. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to get that in there. I want it to clear the bottom. Actually, I think we need to ink this edge a little bit because I'm seeing some of that tape that is coming through from the what we put on the inside. There we go. So let's put that back on there. Okay. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. I don't care if they're not aligned. And we're going to go ahead and I'm wondering if we need to glue this all together first. No, we can't because we got to put the signature. We got to sew the signature in there. Goodness gracious. So let's go ahead and I wonder, I'm trying to remember how she did this. I think she did it from the bottom because that's the only place you can really clip it successfully. There. And there. And because I don't know how you do it here because that you've got to have that open. Oh, no, that will work. Let me go ahead and clip it from the top as well. kind of wish I had done a prototype because it has been a while since I've done this project. But it's not too complicated. I probably make it more complicated in my current state of mind. There we go. So we're going to sew the signatures in from this side. So I'm going to get my thread ready. And we just have the one signature, so it's going to be easy peasy. I will do a dangle. So that'll be good. I always cut more than I need because I like to control the length of that piece that's going to be left over. I guess I need to punch some holes though, don't I? Oh, for pity's sake. I'm going to get some ink on there so I can see where my actual center of the spine is, because I think I'm going to be better off to go this way through there. So I've got my pokey tool, and I'm just going to go roughly in the middle here, and a little bit from the, I have to keep in mind how far, that's about a 1/16 of an inch down, so I'm going to come down a little ways there. And then the same on this end. I'm going to come up a bit. Okay, so let's see if we got those even moderately in the right place. Not bad at all. Okay. Always surprise myself. There we go. So we're going to go in through the middle hole into the outside, and then we're going to go in the top hole. One signature journals are so easy. Uh-oh, we're losing our tail. You don't want to lose that tail, so pulling it back out there. Go down the bottom hole. This is not going to be a very long tail though. I should have done my string longer. That's okay. And then back through the middle again from the outside to the inside, if you want your strings to hang on the inside, that is. You do want to make sure that you've got one string on either side of the center string, like that. And we don't have very much of a string there at all. I am not happy with that. Okay, easy enough to fix. It's not tied in. There's no, there's no trauma to the book to do this. So we're just going to pull it out and do a longer string. I don't know how that happened. Thought I had plenty. Oh, you have to do 3 lengths. Goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's 3 lengths for every signature. Because that accounts for your going in and out of each of the holes. That takes up a lot of your string. So one more time. I'm going to speed through this, guys. This is getting ridiculous. So get one string on one side. That's what we want. I'm just going to pull it snug. Just kind of pull it that way. And then just check the strings on the other side. Make sure they're good. That looks fine. Uh-oh. These are going to be on the outside. Strings are going to be on the outside. That is not what I intended. Let me think about this, you guys. I mean, it is okay if they're on the outside, but I wanted to kind of put some lace over there, so I'll have to probably string these back through. I'm going to leave it long because I'm going to have to string them back through my lace that I put on the edge. So that's okay. There is always a workaround, as I often say, so don't stress about it. Just go with the flow. And I'm loving that so much. So let's get our lace over here and see what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to string these strings back through one of those holes in the lace. So let me even them out here. and see if I can get them both through at the same time. I'm not sure if I can do that. We're going to find out. Tied to the table here. Don't know if I can. If I'm talented, I probably can. Hole's big enough. There we go. So let me get this on this side. So I'm just going to find a place in the lace here. I'm going to go about right there. I don't want to go through a hole that's existing. I want to make a hole in a solid, more solid part like that. See if I can pull that through. There we go. There we go. That'll be fun. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to glue this edge first with my Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to grab a paper towel because it's going to get messy. There we go. And I don't have to go very far though, because the lace has got to wrap around the spine and go on each side of this signature. So this is complete improvisation, you guys. This was not planned in such a way. And I'm going to try to pull that over like that. It only can go about that far on each side. So I'll just push that down and then kind of pull this around and see what we got. Yep. Perfect. Just going to try to get that in place. I do need to trim this off. That was not a great plan. So let me snip that. I'll get the tape off my scissors. Okay. The tape is still on my scissors. Okay. That's not quite enough. Let's just do a little bit more. Okay, and then I do need to cut this in too, because otherwise it's going to be hard to do when I get this all in place. So let me just lay that flat-ish. Keep my strings out of the way so I don't slice them. And I'm just going to cut it level with the bottom of that paper. Perfect. So that side is already glued, so let's glue the other side. Not bad for not having done this in a while. There we go. Let's give it a push. I think we're still a little high on the top, so I'm going to have to trim that off. I was looking at this edge rather than the paper edge, so that's not going to really work. Get this tape off of there again. Let's see if I can finagle this off very carefully. Perfect. Easy peasy. So that is that. That is that. Oh, I guess this is the front. Sweet. I wish this one had more. I might go back and do some vintage photo on there, but I'll show that in the photos at the end. I will also string some beads on here. But let's go ahead and, oh, you know what? I guess it's okay to still put the pockets on. So let me ink these bits up really quick and then we'll move on. Okay. Just the last of the inking there. So these bits are from the kit. Beautiful images, and they're going to go in this pocket on the other side. And then this is what I have for the front pocket, is this little, we may have to reverse that. Yep, we're going to have to reverse that. That's okay. We can put this one right here. Not a problem. Not sure why I have got some binding going on there. It's a big flap on that. So let's go ahead and switch it around a little bit. It is okay. They are all friends. All fairies are friends. They are not partial to each other or anyone else. Right? I feel like that flap is just way too long. I'm going to trim that off a little bit. Just feel like it's too much bulk. Okay. I'm actually going to cut it at an angle here. I don't know if I just cut it out wrong or what. There we go. So let's go ahead and glue these. Glue this down. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right there just to hold that corner. The Fabri-Tac or our glitter glue will come out. I do love these kind of pockets though, because they can hold a bit, you know. I think this is going to be actually quite pretty here. So I'm moving her clear over here because I want to make sure that she doesn't impinge on the flap, and that is perfect, because don't you know we need pockets, right? And I'm just going to slip this ephemera in here, not worrying too much about anything. I'm putting this bead, well, let me switch out the ephemera because, or some of it. Let's put this in here instead. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the back because we already have her there. Just slide that in there. And then we're going to turn this over to the other side. Oh my goodness, I'm so confused. The other side. And put this one here. I'm going to cover up that beautiful flower though, but I don't really have a choice because I didn't pay attention to the angles on these pockets. But it is okay. So we might lose her a little bit, but that's okay. It is what it is right now. Okay. I put that there and that there. I love how this kind of goes with the green in that. So I'm going to do the tie off camera, and I will take a lot of photos so you guys can see what this all looks like when it's all done, and I will see you in the next video. Check out Line Dot Arrow. That's Natalie over there. She's got some fantastic kits. This kit is adorable, super fun to work with. If you want to giggle like this little girl, this little fairy, go get the kit. See you later. Bye-bye.